Hello guys, so today Susanna and I will be talking about Suggestopedia. Suggestopedia is a method developed by Georgi Lozanov. It is derived from suggestology, which is a science concerned with the study of the non-rational and or non-conscious influences. So Suggestopedia focuses on altering these non-conscious influences to optimize learning. So Suggestopedia teachers are trained to read dialogues in a special way. And from yoga, Lozanov borrowed techniques for altering states of consciousness and concentration and rhythmic breathing. And from Soviet psychology, Lozanov took the notion that all students can be taught a given subject matter at the same level of skill. He promised success for the gifted and ungifted students alike. And he claimed that this method works equally well whether students spend time on outside study or not. So in the image here, you can see the different states of consciousness, and according to Suggestopedia, most learning takes place in a relaxed but focused state. So music is central to this method, and it has several functions. First, to facilitate the establishment and maintenance of personal relations, to bring about increased self-esteem through increased self-satisfaction in musical performance, and to use unique potential of rhythm to energize and bring order, because music changes our mood, and so we need a certain type of music to have a certain mood. And another function of music in this method is that it helps us to structure, punctuate the presentation of linguistic material. Lozanov didn't articulate a theory of language, but this method makes emphasis on memorization of vocabulary pairs, a target language item, and its native language translation. For example, apple, manzana. And also it mentions the importance of experiencing language material in whole meaningful text. So for this theory, it is very important for the teacher to be authoritative, because according to Suggestopedia, people remember best and are most influenced by information coming from an authoritative source. And they also mention the ritual placebo system. In here, students experience the educational establishment and see the teacher as sources having great authority. Infantilization. So this is based, well, the teacher-student relation is seen as that of a parent and a child. And it is very important because the student takes part in role playing, games, songs, gymnastic exercises, and they help um, to regain self confidence, spontaneity, and receptivity, like as that of a child. Double planedness. So this means that the learner learns not only from the direct instruction, but also from the environment in which the instruction takes place. So this is why for this method, the decoration of the room, the musical background, the personality of the teacher, um, the way in which the chairs are arranged in the classroom, things like this are also very important for learning. So, as I have mentioned before, the music has effects on our attitudes and our moods. So, the musical background in this case will help to induce a relaxed attitude. And so, for this, we use a series of slow movements, 60 beats a minute in 4/4 time for Baroque concertos. They also mention some other types of music, but this is the most common. Um, Lozanov noticed that the body relaxed, but the mind became alert with this music. And well, it is very important, the music, because as I have mentioned before, it helps us to punctuate and give it a different tone to the presentation of the linguistic material. And this, let's say, variation of tone helps us to avoid boredom, but also to dramatize the text that we are presenting. And well, the musical rhythms affect body rhythms such as heartbeat. And well, they also mentioned a study that music not only affects humans but also vegetables. And they tried it with plants, and they realized that plants grow faster with this type of music too.
Suggestopedia design objectives is to aims to deliver an advanced conversation professionally quickly. It apparently bases in its learning claims on a student mastery of prodigious list of vocabulary pairs. It suggests to the students that it is appropriate that they set such goal for themselves. Losovnev states the main aim of teaching is not memorization, but understanding and creative solution of problems. Also, as a learner, goals increase access to understanding and creative solutions of problems. Students and teachers place a high value on vocabulary recall. Memorization of vocabulary pairs continues to be such as an important goal of Suggestopedia. For the syllables, Suggestopedia is a course that lasts for 30 days and consists in 10 units. It consists of the 10 units of the study. It's the central focus on each unit is to dialogue consisting of 12,000 words and accompanying vocabulary list and grammatical commentary. The dialogues are graded by lexis and grammar. During the course, there are opportunities for generalization of material. In the middle of the course, students are encouraged to practice the target language in a setting where it might be used, such as hotels or restaurants. The last day of the course is devoted to a performance, such as each student participate, like a theater or a movie performance. Rules and parts are planned, but the students are expected to speak rather than memorize the lines. Written tests are also given throughout the course, and these and the performance are reviewed on the final day of the course. The types of learning and teaching activities, it's the variety of activities in passing in the discussion of the syllables, such as imitation, question, and answer, and a role play, which are not activities that other language teachers would consider to be out of the ordinary. The type of the activities that are more original in the Suggestopedia are listening activities, which concern the text and the text vocabulary of each unit. The students first look and discuss a new text with the teacher. In the second reading, the students relax comfortably in reclining chairs and listen to the teacher read the text in a certain way. During the third reading, the material is acted out by the instructor in a dramatic manner over a background of the special musical form described previously. During this phase, the students lean back in their chairs and breathe deeply as regularly as instructed by the teacher. This is the point of which Lozanov believes the unconscious learning system takes over. What are the learner roles? The students volunteer for Suggestopedia course, but having volunteered, they are expected to be committed to the class and the activity. The mental state of the learners is critical to success. Learners must forego mind alternate substance and other distractions and immerse themselves into the procedures of the method. Learners must not try to figure out, manipulate, or study the material presented, but must maintain a passive state in which the material rolls over through them. Students are expected to tolerate and in fact encourage in their own infantilization. Such activities include role-playing, games, songs, and gymnast exercise. The groups of learners are ideally socially homogeneous, 12 in number, and divided equally between men and women. Learners sit in a circle, which encourage face-to-face exchange and activity participation. For the teacher roles, the primary role of the teacher is to create situations in which the learners most suggestible and then present linguistic mental in a way most likely to encourage positive reception and retention by the learner. For example, they must show absolute confidence in the method, display fastidious conduct in manners and dress, organize properly and strictly observe the initial stage of teaching process. This includes choice and play of music as well punctually, maintain a solemn attitude toward the session, give tests and response tactfully to poor papers, if any, and stress global rather than analytical attitudes towards material. And they must maintain a modest enthusiasm. The role of instructional materials are the materials consist of the direct support materials, primarily text and tape and indirect support materials, including classroom fixtures and music. The text is organized around 10 units, as we have mentioned before. What is the procedure? We have tried here to characterize a class as described in the Suggestopedia literature while pointing out where the actual classes we have observed vary considerably from the description. The first part we might call an oral review section. In the macro studies, a specific attention is given to grammar, vocabulary, and precise questions and answers. In the second part of the class, new material is presented and discussed. This consists of looking over a new dialogue and its native language translation, and discussing any issues of grammar, vocabulary, or content that the teacher feels important or that the students are curious about. Bancroft notes that this section is typically conducted in the target language, although the students' questions or comments will be whatever language the students feel he or she could handle. This is, for example, if they have any questions or comments, they could use it in the language they're learning or their native language. And last, the third part is the science or concert session. It is one by which Suggestopedia is best known.